What is the most important thing we got to take care of when we first get any scene? Officer and scene safety.
Law enforcement waited 77 minutes to take down the shooter.
The absolute most important thing is officer safety. So all of the other procedural stuff that they learn will be at their own individual agencies. And so we really highlight that officer safety issue.
Parents, as you can see here, they're showing up. They are in a crisis. They are begging police to get inside, to go save their kids. They are crying. They are screaming. And police there are holding them back and telling them to stay back.
The absolute most important thing is officer safety.
Elizondo was caught on tape saying afterwards that she would have gone in if her son had been inside.
Your kids okay?
Yeah, my son's in daycare. He's not old enough.
I saw you.
Yeah, no. No, if my son had been in there, no, I would not have been outside. I promise you that.
There's renewed outrage today over new video of the botched rescue of children at the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas.
Do we allow people to point guns at us? No. We go home. Those that we're dealing with will go home if they choose to, right? But we go home, we protect ourselves, protect our partners, we go home.
The absolute most important thing is officer safety.
Just last night, the former Uvalde Police chief, that was chief during the massacre where all the police stood outside and let the children be massacred, not just stood outside, but physically restrained parents from going in to save their children.
It then would be an hour before U.S. Border Patrol and tactical teams arrive and shoot and fatally kill the suspect. During that time,
the chief has finally been charged with felony child endangerment. We'll listen to these reports real quick and then make a phone call to the Uvalde Police Department.
Just in tonight, more than 2 years after 21 people were fatally shot at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, the now former school district police chief has been charged for the botched response. Sam Brock joins us with more. Sam, he's in jail tonight.
Yeah, Lester, that's correct. It's happening right now. Former Uvalde School District Police Chief Pedro Arredondo was brought in by law enforcement tonight and is being booked, according to Uvalde jail officials. Now, Arredondo faces charges of abandoning and endangering a child in connection with that 2022 massacre at Robb Elementary School, in which 19 fourth graders and 2 teachers were killed by an 18-year-old shooter. This marks the first criminal charge of any law enforcement officer related to the mass shooting response. Arredondo faced heavy criticism after it took nearly 400 members of law enforcement 77 minutes to confront the shooter after the first shots were fired. In January, the district attorney there disclosed that she had convened a grand jury to consider criminal charges. Lester.
Thanks for watching.
Now, I don't believe these charges will actually go anywhere. We already have solid case law saying that the police are under zero obligation to protect you or anyone else. So legally, they had no obligation to do anything. However, I think that charges could be made to stick on every single officer there for accessory to murder, especially the ones that physically restrained parents from going in and stopping the murders.
parents, as you can see here, they're showing up. They are in a crisis. They are begging police to get inside, to go save their kids. They are crying. They are screaming. And police there are holding them back and telling them to stay back.
Because not only did these cops not do anything to help the kids, but they physically restrained and held back anyone who did try to help them. So 2 years ago, this happened, and the chief of police just resigned his position. He stayed in his position for almost 2 years. He just resigned a couple of months ago. I'm really not impressed by the fact that all of a sudden now, 2 years later, they decided that these cops are criminals, that they totally screwed up. It only takes a matter of minutes. I mean, right there on site. I mean, Carolina and Fort Worth just had the crap beat out of her right there on site and was booked into jail as soon as she got out of the hospital for annoying the police. But it took 2 years for this guy to be indicted and arrested for failing at his job to keep almost 20 children safe, allowing 20 children to be murdered while he stood outside of the door and listened to them scream. I'm not impressed. I don't know what caused them at this point all of a sudden to do something. Public outcry has never stopped from this. This is 2 members of law enforcement that have now been indicted and arrested for what happened there. But as you just heard on that story, over 400 members of law enforcement took 77 minutes to go into the building. 400 members. That's 2 indictments out of 400. Now I'm going to flip roles and go with a little bit of satire here.
Uvalde Police Department Dispatch Center.
Hi, Dispatch Center. How you doing?
I'm good, sir. How can I help you?
This is a non-emergency line, right?
Yes, sir.
I was looking for, are you a police officer?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay, can I talk to one?
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
I'm gonna put you on a real quick hold, okay? Let me see if I have one in the back.
Thanks.
Hello? Officer Gonzalez, Uvalde Police Department.
Officer who?
Officer Gonzalez, Uvalde Police Department.
Hi, Officer Gonzalez. How you doing, man?
Doing good yourself, sir?
Doing good. Hey, this is James. I go by Realjamesfreeman. Also, friends call me Grande Johnson.
Yes, sir.
I consider you a friend, I think. Did you have any part in arresting the police chief?
No.
Good.
No, sir. There's not much more I could tell you. Completely honest with you. Transparency. I was off. I have no recollection of what happened. I believe if anything it'd be DPS. The Rangers picked them up, I believe.
Okay, good. I'm glad then. Then I still support you. Any of the officers that went and arrested this chief of police, though, they're traitors.
Yes, sir.
And you can tell them I said so. Look.
No problem, sir. I will spread the message.
Let me finish, okay? We need to look at this from this perspective. Officer safety is number one.
The absolute most important thing is officer safety.
Nobody important died here, right? The thing that really matters is that every single officer that day went home to their families.
We go home. Those that we're dealing with will go home if they choose to, right? But we go home, we protect ourselves, protect our partners.
Right? And you know, for people to just go and say, we're going to indict these guys, we're going to charge them with a crime. Nobody important died. All of our officers are safe, right? And that's what matters.
Look in the mirror and ask yourself, can I kill a kid? Can I shoot a grandma? Can I shoot a mom? Can I shoot a dad? Can I shoot a brother? Because if you can't, it's not you that's going to get hurt, it's your partner.
And to go after our officers for looking out for their own safety at the expense of our children and the public is just despicable.
As you're walking the halls doing these trainings, there's this giant memorial to all the officers in Utah who have been killed. It's massive. The wall is this physical reminder of what they learn in training. If you mess up, it means either your life could be taken or your partner's life could be taken. And you're taught you don't want your name to end up on this wall.
Again, that's just above me, and I understand what you're saying, sir. Other than that, is there nothing I can help you with? You have a good day, sir.
All right. Hey, God bless you. Thank you for not helping to arrest the chief. And you know what? Officer safety first, sir. In our society, people are going to have to learn. For officer safety, a lot of motherfuckers is going to have to die, right? But that's a sacrifice we got to make.
You have a good day, sir.
All right. If you truly back the blue, you would call them and say the same thing. As disgusting and despicable as it was to say something like that, that is the precise attitude of people who back the blue. The whole officer safety thing is exactly why this is allowed to happen.
What is the most important thing we got to take care of when we first get any scene? Officer and scene safety.
Law enforcement waited 77 minutes to take down the shooter.
The absolute most important thing is officer safety. So all of the other procedural stuff that they learn will be at their own individual agencies. And so we really highlight that officer safety issue.
Parents, as you can see here, they're showing up. They are in a crisis. They are begging police to get inside, to go save their kids. They are crying. They are screaming. And police there are holding them back and telling them to stay back.
The absolute most important thing is officer safety.
Elizondo was caught on tape saying afterwards that she would have gone in if her son had been inside.
Your kids are there?
Yeah, my My son's in daycare. He's not old enough.
I saw you.
Yeah,
You came to check.
no. If my son had been in there, no, I would not have been outside. I promise you that.
There's renewed outrage today over new video of the botched rescue of children at the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas.
Do we allow people to point guns at us? No. We go home. Those that we're dealing with will go home if they choose to, right? But we go home, we protect ourselves, protect our partners, we go home.
The absolute most important thing is officer safety.